Hey, what's up everyone? If you own a Nintendo Switch and you're wondering which games are actually worth your time, you're in the right place. Today we're counting down 10 games you absolutely have to play at least once. Trust me, these ones stick with you. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So Nintendo hadn't made a proper new 2D Mario game in over a decade. And then Wonder dropped in 2023 and completely reminded everyone why this franchise still matters. The story is simple. Bowser crashes a visit to the Flower Kingdom, steals the Wonder Flower, and fuses with Prince Florian's castle. Classic villain behavior. But the gameplay is where it gets wild. Every single level hides a Wonder Flower, and touching it flips the whole level upside down. You might turn into a Goomba, get launched by a stampede, or suddenly have the camera go top down. No two Wonder effects are the same. On top of that, there's a badge system, where you equip perks like a parachute cap or a floaty jump, letting you customize how you tackle each stage. No time limit, loads of secrets, up to 4-player co-op with asynchronous online ghosts you can revive off. It's just pure fun from start to finish. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom takes everything Breath of the Wild built and cranks it up further than anyone expected. The story picks up after the events of the first game. A mysterious ancient evil resurfaces beneath Hyrule Castle, and Link loses his arm in the process. What he gets back is something far stranger and more powerful. The big new mechanic here is Ultra Hand, which lets you grab and fuse objects together to build vehicles, contraptions, weapons, whatever your brain can come up with. You can slap a rocket to a plank of wood and fly across the map. The Depths, a massive underground version of the whole overworld and the sky islands above, add entirely new vertical layers to explore. Every shrine is a physics puzzle that actually makes you think. The story digs deep into Hyrule's past through memories scattered across the world, and the ending genuinely hits hard. Hades is a roguelike where you play as Zagreus, the son of Hades, trying to escape the underworld. Every time you die, and you will die, you start over. But you keep some resources, and the story keeps moving forward. That's the genius of it. The narrative doesn't stop because you failed. Characters actually acknowledge your deaths, relationships develop over runs, and secrets reveal themselves the more you play. Combat is fast and fluid. You pick a weapon and slot in boons from Greek gods like Poseidon, Athena, or Dionysus that completely change how you fight. Every run feels different depending on what you pick up. The writing is sharp, the voice acting is incredible, and the way the story is woven into the gameplay loop is unlike anything else in the genre. There's always something new to unlock, someone new to talk to, and a reason to try one more run. It's the kind of game that's hard to put down.
Fight me.
Cuphead is a run-and-gun platformer with a hand-drawn 1930s cartoon art style that honestly looks like it jumped straight out of a Fleischer Studios film. You play as Cuphead and optionally Mugman in co-op, two brothers who gamble their souls to the devil and spend the whole game fighting increasingly insane bosses to pay off their debt. The gameplay is almost entirely boss fights, and they are tough. Every boss has multiple phases, each with its own attack patterns you need to learn and memorize. It demands patience and precision. The catch is that the difficulty is completely fair. Every death teaches you something. Once you finally beat a boss that's been wrecking you for 20 minutes, the satisfaction is unreal. The platforming levels between bosses are solid too. The whole game is a love letter to classic animation, and the jazz soundtrack absolutely slaps. One of the most visually striking games ever made, period. NieR Automata is set far in the future, where alien machines have taken over Earth and humanity is living on the moon. You play primarily as 2B, an android warrior sent down to fight the machines. But this game goes way deeper than that premise suggests. The combat, developed by Platinum Games, is fast, smooth, and satisfying. Light attacks, heavy attacks, weapon swapping mid-combo, and a pod companion that fires ranged support. You also customize a loadout using plug-in chips that change your stats and abilities. But the real reason people talk about this game is the story. It shifts perspective multiple times, forces you to rethink everything you thought you understood, and asks genuinely heavy questions about consciousness, purpose, and what it means to be alive. The game also constantly surprises you. Mechanically, shoot-'em-up sections, side-scrolling segments, puzzle moments. The Switch version includes all DLC and runs well in handheld mode. Play it at least twice. Pokémon Legends Arceus. This is the game that finally asked, what if Pokémon actually felt like an adventure? Set in ancient Hisui, a region before modern Pokémon society existed, you're a researcher tasked with completing the first ever Pokédex by catching and studying wild Pokémon in the field. The catching mechanic is completely reworked. You sneak through tall grass, throw Pokéballs yourself in real time, and Pokémon actually react to you. Aggressive ones will attack on sight. The action battle system is faster, with agile and strong style moves that let you act multiple times or hit harder. There's no gym system, no hand-holding, just open environments to explore and a genuinely mysterious story tied to a strange deity. The game captures a sense of discovery the series had been missing for years. It's not perfect visually, but the feel of it, the freedom, the tension of chasing a rare Pokémon at dawn hits differently. Slay the Spire is a deck-building roguelike where you climb a spire floor by floor, fighting enemies and choosing cards to add to your deck along the way. The goal is to build a hand of cards that synergize well enough to reach and defeat the final boss. It sounds simple. It is not simple. Every run is different because every card choice, relic pickup, and path decision matters. There are 4 playable characters, each with a completely different card pool and playstyle. The Ironclad tanks hits and builds strength. The Silent poisons and generates shields through shivs. The Defect uses energy orbs. The Watcher is high risk, high reward. The game is genuinely strategic. You're thinking 3 turns ahead, managing energy, countering specific enemy patterns. One wrong card choice early can ruin a run dozens of floors later. It's the kind of game that takes maybe an hour to understand and hundreds of hours to master. Stardew Valley starts with you inheriting your grandfather's farm after quitting a miserable office job. From there, it's entirely yours. You farm, mine, fish, forage, build relationships with the townsfolk, restore the community center, and slowly breathe life back into a forgotten valley. There's no pressure, no countdown, no fail state. The gameplay loop of waking up, planning your day, working the farm, and heading into the mines to fight slimes and find ore is genuinely satisfying in a way that's hard to explain. The characters in the village all have real backstories and arcs that unfold as you befriend them, and some of those stories hit way harder than you'd expect from a farming game. Co-op adds another layer with up to 4 players on one farm. It's a game you can sink 60 hours into without realizing it. Whether you're going through something tough or just want a relaxing escape, Stardew Valley delivers every single time. Super Mario Odyssey is a 3D collectathon platformer where Mario travels across wildly different kingdoms to stop Bowser from forcing Peach into a wedding. The core mechanic is Cappy Mario's living hat, who can be thrown to capture enemies, animals, and objects. You can become a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a tank, a Goomba stack, a bolt of electricity, and dozens of other things. Every kingdom uses possession differently, and the creativity never runs dry. The worlds range from a realistic city, to a food-themed kingdom, to a ghostly mansion, and each one is packed with power moons hidden in clever spots. Some are obvious, some require you to think sideways. The movement alone is satisfying. Mario has more tricks and depth in how he runs and jumps than almost any other platformer. It's joyful, colorful, endlessly inventive, and the post-game genuinely tests your platforming skills hard. Silksong is the sequel to Hollow Knight, and it finally released in September 2025 after one of gaming's longest waits. You play as Hornet, the fast, precise warrior from the first game, now captured and taken to a strange new kingdom called Farloom, a realm built on silk and ruled by song. To escape, she has to ascend to the kingdom's peak. The gameplay is faster and more aggressive than Hollow Knight. Hornet's Needle and Silk-based combat rewards players who stay on the offensive, generating Silk by attacking, spending it on powerful skills, and healing. You equip crests that completely reshape your combat style, and collect tools that open up new attack options. The Metroidvania structure is tight. New abilities unlock new paths, secrets are everywhere, boss fights are brutal and beautifully designed. The world is alive in a way the original's Ruined Kingdom wasn't, with quests, merchants, and characters whose stories unfold the deeper you go. Ten games that genuinely deserve a spot in your life. Drop in the comments which one you're playing first. And if you want more Switch recommendations, hit subscribe. There's more coming.